Whether we like it or not, stereotypes and generalizations exist for a reason. They're usually based on a nugget of truth. Even if we think it's morally wrong to judge a person based on a stereotype, there is commonly a degree of accuracy in doing so. Rarely does a person fulfill a stereotype completely, though. When that does happen, you start to wonder if the person in question is sincere or an act. Well, get ready to wonder. Let's set the stage. On Monday, the Trigger trio of Milo Yiannopoulos, Christina Hoff Sommers, and Steven Crowder had a speaking event at the University of Massachusetts on topics including political correctness, feminism, social justice, and the like. Milo opened with a few profound words.
I've taken some time out of my busy schedule, being fabulous and doing my hair, to prepare a speech for you. Well, a few remarks, really. Feminism is cancer. Thank you very much.
And Christina Hoff Sommers followed with a few remarks of clarification.
What Milo meant to say is that feminism, while being a noble and valiant, courageous movement, there are certain schools of thought that are somewhat unwholesome. Right, Milo?
No, I meant it was cancer.
Milo was close, but not quite precisely accurate. It turns out modern feminism is less like cancer, more like diabetes, as demonstrated by this heckler in the crowd.
Adult supervision. Colleges.
Well, thankfully, there's no culture rapey enough for you to be at risk, so don't worry about it. Meet our heckler, whom the internet has nicknamed Trigglypuff, the walking, talking stereotype. Well, mostly just talking.
Calm down, young lady.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. She dismissively called you young, which is ageist. She called you a lady without asking what your preferred pronoun is. That's awfully cisnormative. And she told you to calm down in clear disregard for your obvious status as an insane person. So yeah, fuck you, Christina. And by the way, anytime you want, call me.
One more disruption and we'd have to ask you to leave the venue.
My free speech!
No, they're not. You have to obey the rules of the venue.
But this is free speech if you're so concerned!
Not free
Yes, it is!
Ah, yes, disruption of scheduled speakers is free speech. Those scheduled speakers speaking is hate speech. Fuck you is free speech. Calm down, young lady, is hate speech. So if I'm understanding this distinction correctly, if instead Christina had just stood on stage and yelled fuck you, pointing at you personally, you'd defend that as free speech, right?
Fuck you!
No, fuck you!
Fuck you!
No, fuck you! Indeed, stimulating debate.
Keep your hate speech on this campus! Keep your hate speech on this campus! Keep your hate speech on this campus!
Over the weekend, I had this interesting moment with my dad. We were standing over an open field in the wind, and the grass was blowing in waves exactly like the ocean. I was mesmerized for a few moments watching it, and it's the same effect I experience watching this clip. It's the perfect viewing material into which to stare and get lost in deep thought. Does her man bun count as cultural appropriation? How long do you think it's been since she's had a workout this strenuous? Is it possible that, much like vertical stripes, this vertical video orientation is actually slimming? Just like the number of licks to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, the world may never know. But I'm sure they could win you over if instead they started spreading butter on a muffin, frosting on a donut, gravy on bacon. I hate this. I actually hate this. I felt really bad writing this video because I'm not examining any argument. Admittedly, this video is just reduced to fat jokes. Sorry, full-figured jokes. After all, you can't tell the health of a joke just by looking at its size. But once I finished writing this one, I realized it's not like I'm ignoring any argument. There isn't any argument to examine here. Perhaps it's her fault, perhaps Christina is right and we should be sympathetic and recognize it's the fault of poisonous campus ideology. Whoever is to blame, she is simply the full extent of the new regressive left, a total stereotype who is incapable of hearing oppositional thought, whose life is everyone else's fault, whose ideas are never to be challenged, and whose worldview is to be reinforced constantly by others, unquestionably under threat of crying oppression and hate speech. You couldn't create a cartoon or a caricature to portray her more ridiculously than she already portrays herself. She is the pit of spikes at the bottom of a slope that keeps getting steeper and slipperier. Because she neither offers a coherent argument nor allows for rebuttal, there is only one way left to defeat her: vicious ridicule. I don't want it to be this way, Trigglypuff, but you've demanded we play this game on your terms. This is just what your terms dictate. Come over to the reasonable, respectful side anytime. We'd love to have you. Thanks as always for listening and for supporting this channel. Always appreciate the thoughtful discussion down below and especially over on Twitter. That is @skag_3. You're always welcome to come hang out and chat in my live stream. That is linked down in the description. Looking forward to it. Okay, bye.